July 1867. Right. Well, it's very quiet now, so I can only assume it's time for Sen to visit us. And for Cosmo to make good on his threat to come and collect us again. Will he be successful this time? Probably not, right? But then... How would Chapter 5 go if he's not successful? Because usually we spend the last chapter with said guy, and then we run into the woods. Usually the woods are involved somehow. Ryoma was a bit of a change. We were still with Inoue in the woods, and then Ryoma captured us. I guess Kazuma could capture us in the next chapter, but who would we be with? I guess Inoue. Inoue always has to die, right? But then... I don't know. I just don't know. Like, we gotta get over to his side one of these days. We can't hang out with these guys forever. He's definitely not gonna join them. At least I don't think so. And Chizuru's already expressed some okayness with killing off Heisuke and Sanan, so... Sen, I assume I tell you no. Yes. I'm confused about being a demon, you know. I know you'll be there for me one day. Hopefully. Hopefully we can be friends after I'm with Cosmo. Maybe. Okay. So, I think we have to go find the others, right? Yes, go find the others. And I'm sorry, Shimada, you're gonna get yeeted again. Oh, crap. You know what? I should have actually... You know what's nice about this game? Is you can go back and reload. Let's see. So... There we go. Rewind. I really love that you can do that. That is so nice. That's such a nice feature. Alright. So, I just didn't want to watch Shimada get yeeted again, okay? That's all. We ran out of the house, and then I paused momentarily, unsure of where to go.
This way, Yukimura.
The second he said that, something passed right in front of my eyes. His big body flew.
Oh!
He flew several yards through the air, then hit the ground hard, sliding another few feet before lying still. Shimada? It all happened so quickly. I tried to run up to him, but then...
Just where do you think you're going?
That voice! Yep, the scene. In the same instant that I recognized his voice, I felt his arm snake around my neck to pull me in. Ah! I struggled, but his grip was as immovable as steel. Let go of me!
I heard the Yase clan had visited you tonight. I'm sure they got you up to speed. You are a noble demon. It is beneath you to lay in the nest full of pathetic fakes. Come with me.
It was obvious what he was referring to when he mentioned fakes. We even got a, oh, what's it called? Encyclopedia reference? You know what I mean.
You've seen the pitiful attempts at manufacturing demons, have you not? Do you really think it necessary to help them in creating such abominations just to carry out their sick agenda and self-interest?
I couldn't find a response. For obvious reasons, I wasn't necessarily in favor of the existence of Furies, but there are times when you have no other choice. Still, as an outsider, I'm in no position to say. And more than anything else, my father was the one responsible for the serum. So, I'll say this time. My father was handling the experiment. As his daughter, I can't ignore it. Ah! Harada's got some interesting things that he holds in high regard. I like it.
Ah, that's an admirable attitude. But that doesn't mean I'd look the other way.
Okay. Just then.
Breaking into our headquarters, huh? Takes balls. That girl named Sen or whatever, this isn't a gathering place for demons. Fun's over now, pal. Are you ready? Hey man, I heard you're barging into our place to get yourself a wife. You think you'd get the point by now after all these rejections? I guess demons are very persistent.
Hijikata! Harada! Behind them, I could see Yamazaki and several of the other Shinsengumi soldiers. Some men were missing, though. Had they been injured by the demons? Perhaps even killed?
You fools have no idea of her worth. Demons are best fit to be with demons. She is most valuable when used by a fitting partner.
Oof.
Ha! So you decide to take her against her will just because you're too scared of the rejection you'll get from flat out asking her out, huh? You're so lame and creepy. She's worthless to you as a hostage. Even if you take her as a hostage, we'd kill you regardless without any hesitation. I have no intention of using her as leverage. I wouldn't have to anyway with the likes of you.
The ring of men around him began to draw in. I could feel the tension build, like a rope being pulled taut. Soon it would reach its breaking point. What was I going to do? What am I supposed to do, exactly? Ah, trust the Shinsengumi. Don't attack this time. I had decided long ago that I would trust them. The men of the Shinsengumi had far more experience and skill than I did. The safest thing for me to do would be to leave the situation to them. My eyes met Harada's. They were calm, confident, and warm. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get head pats after this. Even quite literally in the grip of the enemy as I was, his gaze made me feel safe somehow. I would be fine. Okay.
I have taken care of the men at the gate.
Man, this is all way too easy. I guess they are humans at the end of the day. Hey, look at that, Kazuma! You got her! Let's go!
Indeed. The longer we remain, the more likely it becomes that the situation will escalate out of our control. Yes, you're right.
Man, gotta say, I was expecting at least a little more from the Shinsengumi.
Well, there we go. His laughter was cut short by Harada's spear. Whoops.
Whoa!
Shiranui barely dodged the spear. However, the attack didn't end there. Harada attacked twice, 3 more times trying to spear Shiranui.
Care to repeat that?
Oh. Hello, Harada.
Don't move, Chizuru!
As he spoke, his spear shot forward, slipping through the air.
How foolish of you. You thought you could defeat me with this. Pay attention! You're fighting me, remember?
Out of nowhere, Hijikata appeared, his sword already sweeping down toward Kazuma. Kazuma had dodged the strike and intercepted it with his blade. I slumped to the ground as the Shinsengumi's combined attack forced Kazuma back.
Don't move! Don't look up no matter what!
His spear had nearly grazed the top of my head. Bursts of frenetic swordplay filled my senses. Clearly, this was no ordinary fighter. It was clear that this was a battle between 2 insanely powerful men.
Human filth.
He brushed aside a second blow from Hijikata and a strike from Harada.
You bleed when you're cut, right? So if I chop off your head, I figure you'll die, too. Care to test that? Yeah, I think I do.
The sound of steel on steel rang out across the compound. I was surprised that none of the blades were breaking.
I fail to grasp human behavior. Why fight when you know you cannot win?
As he spoke, Amagiri moved toward Cosmo, but found Nagakora standing in his path.
I think you've already got a date for tonight. I would rather not. But you give me no choice, it seems. Duh!
Nagakora swung his sword as if backed by his entire body, and Amagiri deflected it with his arm.
You're the guy who hurt Heisuke, right? I'm not gonna let you go until I get in at least one good hit for him.
So much fighting going on, my goodness.
What's the matter? You seem a little tired compared to earlier. I was just going easy on you since you're barely worth my time.
Harada, you're mine!
The tip of his gun drifted in weave, trying to get in a good shot at Harada.
Blow away!
Won't let you!
Ah!
Shiranui lost his balance greatly due to the spear being shot at him.
Sorry, man. This close, my spear and your gun are pretty evenly matched.
Oh, Harada, you must really want to get filled with holes.
Kazuma, our enemy has regrouped. What are you going to do? Then we've had enough fun for one night. We can take her anytime we like.
Kazuma put his sword away.
I won't let you get away!
Hijikata tried to have another swing at the demons, but... poof! Kazuma and Amagiri disappeared into the night.
Ha! Demons my ass! All bark and no bite!
His arms hung at his sides, and the tip of his sword nearly touched the ground.
Don't push yourself, Shin. You're short of breath. You idiot! I'm just playing it up to make the enemies lower their guard. But forget that.
Nagakora glared, and where he looked, there was one demon left. Shiranui.
You're a real kidder, Harada. Trying to fight me with just that little old spear.
Shiranui gave an eerie smirk, and Harada's lip curled up.
Looks like we'll have to settle this at a later date. Hopefully we'll actually be able to finish next time. I want to fight until one of us dies.
And with that, he was gone. The demons disappeared, and finally the compounds fell silent. Was it over? Ugh. I felt my body go limp as the tension disappeared. Okay, we're getting head pats. That's good. It'll be okay. You did good! You did real good! Alright. So, he failed yet again to get her. That's fine. One of these days. Now we gotta move again. I guess... I'm trying to think if there's anything else common, like, in the route before things start changing. In chapter 5 is like a big change, generally speaking. Isn't there a scene, like with Ito's assassination, if you stay behind, doesn't Cosma attack? I think we've run into him a couple of times there with Sayato and no, not Yamazaki. Wasn't there somebody else too? Sayato for sure. Pretty sure. I guess I can check and see what am I doing with Ito's assassination. Staying home? I guess I'm not doing anything, if I'm reading these notes correctly. Alright. Wait. Yeah. Alright, deciding to stay home. Okay. Something serious is going on. Okay. Let me just... Yeah, there we go. I'll just rewind to that part. Couldn't remember exact. It's been a while since we've done this part. Just as Inoue stood up, there was an explosion of noise from outside. What was that noise? Shocked glances were exchanged just as Shimada came through the door, distress plain on his face.
We're under attack! It's a demon!
What? Why now?
Oh, I doubt it's a coincidence. Can you give us any details, Shimada? Is it just a single demon, or are there 2 or 3?
No, only one. He's thin, with a sword. Sword? It's Chikage Kazuma!
Yep, I remembered him attacking. Alright. How will I find him? We ran through the door, then came to a sudden halt, frozen by the scene before us. Maybe he gets her at this point. That would be interesting. Everywhere there were bodies, and the air was thick with the stench of blood. Ugh. The scent was so strong that one need not be a fury to be driven mad by it.
These are all men from the Fury Corps. Did Kazuma do this by himself?
If the Fury Corps is here, then Sanan must be nearby as well. Where is he?
Over there!
Ah.
This is all a pretender could do. Pathetic imitation. Die like the dog you are!
Man, I haven't seen Sanan barely any in this route. One of the Furies who'd left at Kazuma alongside Sanan fell to the ground with a groan.
Damn you!
You're better than this filth. But you're still nothing more than a pale reflection of true power.
Of all the Fury Corps, Sanan was the only one who could even begin to stand before Kazuma's onslaught. But even he was no match for the demon. Kazuma kicked out almost casually at a charging Fury, throwing him across the yard and continued his slow walk forward. Damn.
Stay back, Yukimura. We'll take care of him.
But...
Kazuma is dangerous, but he isn't the only enemy here. You never know when his comrades may show up. Besides, the Furies could go rogue at any moment, and there's a high chance they could threaten us.
The two eventually nodded to one another and ran off, sword in hand.
Yukimura, please hide inside. We will go after Kazuma.
Hey! Shimada ran and went off to back up Sanan and Inoue. I didn't know why Kazuma had chosen this time to attack. Obviously because most of the guys are off helping with the assassination. But even if I faced him, I would be completely useless. What then was I to do? Oh. I'll go find Saito! Interesting. If Inoue and the others were here, and Okita was in bed, there was still one more man unaccounted for who might be able to help. I'd only run a short distance when I collided with someone. Hi. Saito! No, you're... The man I'd hit was a Fury, mad with bloodlust. I scrambled back just as a voice called out from the darkness behind me.
Down!
Thanks, Boo. Saito! As I threw myself to the ground, it occurred to me that it was slightly ironic to have been saved by the man I'd gone to find. When I turned, he was studying the fallen Fury, his mouth a thin line.
The Fury Corps has lost control then. Unfortunate.
Saito! Kazuma is here! Inoue is fighting him with some of the other men, but...
I see. Where?
Oh, over here. Huh? My legs were shaking so bad I couldn't move. Whether it was because of the Fury who'd attacked me, or the thought of facing Kazuma again, or relief at seeing Saito, I couldn't say. He looked down at me, shivering on the floor, and his voice was cool and calm. Unexpected points with Saito here at the end. Actually, you know what? Butterfly on Moon just reminded me. It's been a while. Oops, how are we doing with you? 80%, hey? Nice. Okay.
You needn't worry. So long as I have orders to protect you, I will do so, regardless of circumstance.
My body stilled. Saito was a man of few words, and when he did speak, it was never unnecessarily, but he had taken the time to comfort me. That meant he... Thank you. Aw.
There's no time. We must go.
That cute bean. Getting all the Saito feels. When we returned to the battlefield I'd left only moments ago, Kazuma was still engaged. I mean, I think he's trying to get engaged. Oh, that was a bad joke. Blech.
Gah! Damn you! Shimada, stay in position! If even one of us is killed, the formation is ruined!
Sweat shone on their brows, and their chests heaved as each one of them struggled for breath. Kazuma looked almost completely unfazed. He had killed countless Furies, fought the standstill, and not suffered even a single scratch. In a way!
Yukimura! You brought Saito. Good.
If anyone is hurt, please tell them to pull back. I will handle this. Ah, interesting. All these weaklings here were beginning to bore me, but now that you're here, it's time to play. Yes, I am, and I have come to check your rampage. Or at least to try. Nonetheless, I have been ordered to protect her, and so I will.
His body lowered into a crouch, and his hand reached for his sword. He was preparing for EI. Instead of entering a stance of his own, Kazuma looked at Saito for a moment, then sheathed his own sword and slowly backed away.
You're running? Unfortunately, I'm here today only to buy time for another. I am not here on personal business, and I never intended to stay long.
His eyes slid to me and he smirked.
Remember that this is the fate of a false demon.
His cold gaze fell on the corpses of the Furies.
Blood drives them to madness, and for what? Even en masse, they cannot defeat a true demon. They are pathetic creatures destined to die like dogs. Do you really wish to live surrounded by such filth? Better you come with me.
No! I'll never do that! He flashed his teeth in a grin, then turned on his heel and melted into the darkness. We're kind of on his route, so we're gonna have to at some point, girl.
He's retreated. Are you okay?
Yes. But only because you protected me.
I see.
I couldn't shake what Kazuma had said. Scattered atop the floor were the brutally slain remains of the Furies.
In a way, we've got some bad news. Some of the Furies that got past us made it into the building.
I see. How much damage did they do?
Not much. They were killed almost immediately.
By whom? There's no one inside who could have done that.
By Okita. When I went to his room, the floor was covered in dead Furies.
What? But I thought Okita was too sick to fight!
That's why we need to get Dr. Matsumoto. Immediately.
Yes! I'll go with you! Soji being awesome again. The attack on the Watch, as well as the assassination of Ito, later became known collectively as the Aberono Koji incident. An unexpected turn from both the demons and the Satsuma, from their trap lane, resulted in a number of casualties for the Shinsengumi and the Watch, including Heisuke's fatal wound. In order for Heisuke to live, he had no choice but to drink the water of life. While this was all going on, Chikage Kazuma took the time to strike at the heart of our compounds. The serum, brought into the Shinsengumi by my father, was now slowly eating all of them away. My heart began sinking from the weight of all this. Okay, I was just about to wonder if that was the end of Chapter 4. Not quite yet. What else is left? Oh, right. Am I going to deliver messages for Toshi? Cosma, you disappoint me. You've had so many opportunities to steal this girl away, and you failed every single time. And she's still terrified of you. How do you plan to remedy the situation, sir? Anyway, am I going or staying? I'm staying. Okay. No more points with Saito. Ah, blushy Saito. How I have missed that face. So adorable. Okay, we will get to that point. And then that should be the end, unless there's one extra scene. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna chat to me too. Haha, I forget that happens if I stay here. More points with Harada. My candles. Shen. Alright. Few more head pats. Okay. Is that the end? Yes. We're in chapter 5 now. What's my picture? Huh. Two of us standing looking like badasses. I can dig it. Now that's what I call Demon, Volume 1. Alrighty then. December 1867. As the threat of the Satsuma Choshu's plot to overthrow the shogunate loomed over the country, the Tokugawa shogunate had been pressed to restore power to the imperial court, an act later known as the Imperial Restoration. Lord Yoshinobu Tokugawa had moved from Kyoto to Osaka Castle in an emergency effort to plan the defense against his increasingly perilous foes. But even within Edo, considered to be the shogun's indisputable territory, Satsuma sympathies had swept through the city. As a result, the shogunate had fallen for the Satsuma's mission to provoke them into conflict by attacking the Satsuma domain's capital residence. The shogunate army, acting on behalf of the agitated government body, sent troops to reinforce Osaka in order to punish the Satsuma's treason. This was one of the final attempts from the shogunate to assert its authority, hoping that, by outnumbering the Satsuma, victory was assured. Back then, we had all expected to win handily. If we could have hopefully made a successful showing on the battlefield, the Satsuma would back down. Little did we know just how inaccurate this expectation would later become. The Shinsengumi was stationed at the Fushimi Magistrate along with many other shogunate forces as a contingency plan as conflict brewed in Edo. And so, we were welcoming the new year just before unexpected tragedy hit us close to home. Kondo had been shot by an unknown gunman while traveling through Kyoto, critically wounding him. Although his condition later stabilized, his right shoulder was seriously injured. Okita, whose illness left him barely able to walk, announced he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. In order to receive treatment from Dr. Matsumoto, both Kondo and Okita had to leave Kyoto and were moved for treatment to Osaka Castle.